Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. It's day 2 of the complaints and foul smells from Hovensa. Extradition for a murder 17 years old. And Christiansted prepares for the boat frivolities for Christmas. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, radio talk shows are abuzz today with callers from St. Croix complaining again about respiratory problems and foul smells. Then by the afternoon, Central High School again cancels classes due to students falling ill. And the culprit, again, seems to point to Hovensa. Senator Nelson comes to comment on the grounds of the refinery about the environmental problems facing St. Croix. Glenn Drake reports.
Okay, this is day 2. Of course, we're right at Hovensa, where it says protecting the environment is good business. Now, you know, we've had an environmental problem for a while now, but I think it hit home yesterday. We have Senator Nelson now. From what I understand, the kids were sent home today from Central High School.
Yes, and as I continue to dig and understand really how these releases have impact on us, when they test the air and say that it's all clear, well, it's obvious the breeze is blowing. Whatever contaminants are in the air is going to be blown off. What we have to understand is whatever fell on the surface of the school, on the trees, the desk, the school building itself. There was no one at all yesterday took any sample, wiped the building. So what happened today, when they went back to school, of course, there was remnants of these chemicals sitting on desks, sitting on the ground. Never mind to say that some of these individuals actually took this stuff home on their clothes. You know what really concerns me is that they're so busy downplaying this because of the liability risk that they're not even giving us a chance to save ourselves. You know, let us know if we need to head east to get the fresh air up East End for 15, 20, 30 minutes. Let us know so that we can have a chance to at least preserve ourselves, okay? The aspect about liability is one thing, but let us have a chance to save ourselves. So I'm not totally surprised that they were sent home today. I did ask the committee chairman a couple of weeks back, which is Senator Sean Michael Malone, a couple of weeks ago after the residents of Barron Spot had the meetings, to hold a committee hearing, because what's most important is we need to speak to our government officials, Department of Health, Department of Planning and Natural Resources. We need to know what's really being done about us having the ability to test, us having the relevant information, because they're telling us 5,000 pressure of whatever was released in the air. How do we know? How can we verify that? So, you know, Glenn, I'm very concerned. I am concerned of the long-term effects. As we know, these things, benzene, someone explained to me that those flares continue going off. Those flares are continue to burn the releases that come out. Apparently more releases are coming out than the flares are able to handle. When we see an accident happen, then it's been explained to me that all of the chemicals go towards that flare, and all these different various chemicals are released into the air. It should be a concern, and it's not an attack or an indictment on Hovensa. But as residents of this territory and as a public official who speak on behalf of residents of the territory, we must not be afraid to hold these big conglomerates to task to make sure that they're practicing safety. They have all kinds of signs about safety and environment. Well, we want them to be safe. We want our people to be safe. We welcome Hovensa being here. They have been here over 40 years, but we know that they are having an impact on our health, and they continue to not take responsibility for it.
This is not going to go away, Senator. You're going to keep, of course, you're going to keep us on point to, you know, all the necessary information in the community.
Yes, definitely. So, and I want to mention something else. It was explained to me that it appears that busloads of refinery workers were taken to the hospital, but they are so busy to keep this on the quiet, as if nothing occurred, including some of our public officials, that is troubling to me, and it should be troubling to all of us. So I will definitely stay on top of it. Again, it's not an attack on the refinery, but we must hold them accountable, because when a mistake happens here, it is a matter of life and death.
Like I said, this is not going to go away. Of course, News Channel 8, like Wes Small says, is all over this one. I'm Glenn Drake for News Channel 8.
Thanks to Senator Nelson for those words. And the old adage, you may be through with the past, but the past may not be through with you, applies to this next piece, as a man is picked up on a minor traffic violation in Florida and is spotted as the prime suspect in a 17-year-old murder in the Virgin Islands. Our intrepid field reporter from St. Thomas, Lee Carl, brings us more.
Here at the Cyril E. King Airport, We have ambassadors, governors, senators, whatever, coming home. This time, it's a murderer, or a gentleman who's charged as murder, 17 years ago. And he's been arrested in Florida, a traffic charge, and now winds up here in St. Thomas to face those murder charges. Here's Melody Raines from the police department to fill us in with the details.
When we just had a murder suspect for a case that happened nearly 17 years ago, and that suspect was today extradited into the Virgin Islands from Florida, where he had been living. The suspect, Elwood James, of course, has eluded the police department and police since December 15, 1993, when he was positively identified as the suspect in the murder of 20-year-old Alex Parsons, who was shot to death in Paul and Pearson Gardens. According to major crime detectives, the case files indicate that witnesses saw the suspect arguing with the victim and later heard gunshots and saw the then 20-year-old victim lying on the ground. He was taken to the Roy Lester Schneider Regional Medical Center, where he later died from his injuries. Police said shortly after the murder, James fled the island of St. Thomas with the aid of his family. And that part of the investigation is still being taken care of by the Investigation Bureau to see if any charges will be filed against the family for helping this murder suspect elude police. However, in Florida, he was finally pulled over for a traffic violation, and upon checking with the National Crime Information Center and checking James's background, it was found that he was wanted for murder, and the police in Florida then contacted the police in the Virgin Islands, and he was then extradited back.
In St. Thomas, at the Sierra King Airport, Lee Carl for News Channel 8.
Well, you can run, but sometimes you just can't hide, so they say. Thanks to Lee Carl for that report. And does your car need washing after all the rain we've received recently? If so, the students of the education complex have a deal for you.
Good day, Virgin Islands. My name is Suren Fenton, and I'm part of the Synchro Educational Complex Steel Ensemble. I'm here today with our trolley that needs fixing. On Saturday, the 11th, we'll be having a car wash to raise money to fix our trolley. We need $3,500 to fix this trolley to get our Sea Orchestra on the road. On Saturday, I have a deal for you. Come with your car or truck. Car is $10, truck's $15, and we have the inside for free.
Good day, Virgin Islanders. This right here is our own trolley. Look, we need support and help to assist us in raising the funds to get this our own, first owned trolley to be presentable to go down the road. As you can see, it needs to be scraped and paint, also decorated. So we will be having a car wash on Saturday, December 11th from 8 a.m. until.
You've heard from the students about what we're trying to do with the trolley that you see behind me. We need $3,500, $3,500. Our students are willing to work hard to earn the monies needed for us to repair the trolley and get the trolley on the road. Come on out on Saturday, December 11th and support us. Help the students at the Synchro Educational Complex because we're trying to help ourselves. They are trying to help themselves. So on Saturday, December 11th from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock or until the sun goes down, we will be washing cars. Come on out and give us your support. If you can't bring your car to get washed, come by and drop off a donation. We're looking for 350 people to give us $10 each in a donation. So if you want to be a part of that, come on out on Saturday, December 11th and support the Synchro Educational Complex, SCAC Steel Ensemble.
That's great, and the car wash will be located at the complex campus tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. And when we come back, I get to go out into the field to check out what's happening in downtown Christiansted in preparation for the Christmas Boat Parade.